We're back. Last round of the Sweet 16. Kurt's only had 4 eggs today, so this should be a very interesting show. I had a little bit of chicken and broccoli at around 11 o'clock. So.
I'm trying a new diet, Jordan.
Is it the egg-only diet?
No, it's not the egg.
Was it like whole eggs, or were you doing egg whites, yolks?
No, I went Kevin's route there. I kind of made it into a little bit of an omelet, but with no cheese. So just a bunch of eggs whipped up, put in a pan,
Little omelet to go kind of thing.
Yeah, and I had a little bit of that here and there throughout the day, and I'm going to have some good stuff tonight for dinner. Trying to only eat good, healthy, items. I don't want to pick anything that's been processed or all that stuff. I'm trying. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, I bought 11 bags of jelly beans from the store last night and tried each one of them with Michelle. So
well, why'd you tell me that? Because I love jelly beans.
It's not jelly. We got Skittles jelly beans. We got Trolley gummy worm jelly beans. Whole thing. Anyways,
Wonderful.
well, we're at the last round of the last couple rounds of the Sweet 16.
Yes.
And the next week is it. We got the Elite 8, the Final 4, and then we got the live stream on Friday. But
I know
it's coming to a conclusion quicker than I had anticipated. But
yes, it is.
As we continue to go on, it's only going to get more and more difficult. And that makes me a little nervous.
How would you describe your first round? Do you think you had a lot of hard decisions? Did you only have a few hard decisions? I can honestly say I had one extremely hard decision. And one that was, I kind of realized as I was tasting what I was enjoying the most, but they were both very good though, still. So I had 2 tastings in the first round so far, not including what we have here, that I felt might have been a little difficult choice. The rest of them I thought were, I'm not going to ever say easy, it just was easier for me to make a choice of what I was enjoying. How about you?
I think the first round was a little bit more difficult. I think I like last video I had some lights out winners. Like it was without a question. It wasn't a flip of a coin type of situation. It was just one was better than the other in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But it's been Jay, Jay Hoots, of course. Jay had to say something. He had hinted that I really screwed some people's brackets.
Really? You did?
Apparently I gave some people a shaft.
I haven't even looked at yours.
I haven't looked at comments. I haven't looked at the keys. I haven't looked at bracket. Nothing. So I have no idea what I've done. So if you fall in that bucket and I royally screwed you, I apologize. Stay tuned because I might do it again right now.
Yeah, it's just for fun. And speaking of fun, let's get into it, Trent.
All right.
We're going to start here. I'm going to go with A first just because that's my routine. I guess I should switch it around once in a while, but...
No. So, okay, I was actually, so how we do this is that I edit the video, and then I just put placeholders at the bottom, and then Michelle will, she'll go through and then enter the keys and everything, so I don't see it. She exports and uploads it and all that stuff.
Okay.
So, I really just forgot where I was going with that. What did you say before I started that?
You're basically saying that we were basically talking that we haven't really, we don't know any results of anything, what's going on.
Right. So... Ooh, wow, I'm really screwing up today. We'll forget about that. When we went like B to A instead, it was throwing me off too because I was like, wait, did I skip a part of the video or something? Right. And Michelle had to ask me a couple questions about if I remembered what order we went in.
It's habits, man.
Well, and it's too because we're doing different, what we think are different things.
Right.
So if like you do B and I do A, that's confusing to people. So we'll just continue A to B from now on.
Yeah. And that's all right. It's just habits. It's like just why I have to go on a diet because I've got the habits of eating all the wrong foods.
All the wrong foods are so good.
Gotta break those habits. I'm liking the nose here, Trent, and I'm almost getting some pecans in here. Maybe even a sugared walnut type nutty notes with some caramel and some oak. Coming out of this one.
Smoke.
Oak.
Smoke or oak?
Oak.
Oh, okay.
Oak.
I thought you were talking about that Marlboro.
Back to that again? I probably should have said that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm getting a little bit of a raspberry jammy type of thing for mine. Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds
it's
good.
It's kind of like a pine nut sunflower seed type. It's not an almond. It's not a pecan. It's not. It's not that kind of thing. It's different though.
Yeah.
Kind of grassy, barn-like, without the manure.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, I like that.
That is the first sip of the day, so feeling it in the chest, working its way down, the old Kentucky hug. I like the sip though, I'll tell you that right now. When you take a very first sip, can you ever kind of tell what proof point you're at, because I cannot on a very first sip. I mean, to me, I can say that's anywhere from 100 to 120, because it just feels hot because it was the very first sip for me. I have to take 2 or 3, and then I'm kind of a little bit more geared into proof points.
If it's within, like, if it's low 80s or that kind of thing, I can usually kind of pick it out a little bit. Okay. But there have been times where and I usually guess wrong. That's just kind of my MO. I don't guess correctly very often. But usually I'm within, if I do take a guess, I'm within like 10 to 15 proof points, which, I mean, is a lot considering you really only have like 40 to guess between. But I don't know what mine is. I would guess it's about 110, 115. But
I like that sip. I really do. It's weird how a lot of the aromas, quite a few of the times, do not transfer to the palate. It happens quite a bit. This one I think does. Everything that I said in the aromas, I'm pretty much getting in the glass. It is a bit oaky, but I'm enjoying that oak. It's not bitter, it's nothing like that.
There's some type of fruit or some kind of sweetness that isn't a caramel, toffee, burnt sugar, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I really do like it. It's more red fruity, if I had to guess, more berry-like. It's not like a dark fig or a date or anything. It's also not like an apple.
Right.
Well, it might be an apple, but it's pretty nice. There's a decent amount of oak influence in that, and it's not... That oak is kind of overpowering a lot of other flavors that I do like. I wish I could see a bit more like up in front, but it's good. It's good. I do like it.
All right.
We're going to move on to B.
Yep. See
what in the world did I just smell?
That could have a lot of connotations there, pal.
What does that even mean?
What you just said could have a lot of different meanings. You could go in many different directions of what you just said.
Oh, yeah.
What did I just smell?
Yeah.
Many connotations.
I like to leave an open dialogue. And usually it goes down a very bad path very quickly, but...
Oh, cherry. Here comes the cherry. Yeah.
Mine smells like an everything bagel with a lot of caraway in it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not absinthe. It's like...
Wow.
It's the husk of something. I don't know.
Very nice.
I do like it.
Very interesting.
It's like celery salt, sort of. I don't know. It's going down that kind of earthy, but it's also got a little chocolate in there. It's weird.
Your mom, she's like,
You want to smell it? It's like if you covered celery instead of peanut butter with Nutella. I know, it's good.
Yeah,
you toss a little Nutella on a peanut butter cookie.
That new Nutella that we got.
I have to say the Aldi Nutella.
I have to stay away from that now.
Regular Nutella all
Really?
day.
Oh
every
yeah.
day.
It is so good, dude. That Aldi Nutella?
I didn't even know Aldi made
it's a
Nutella.
whole other world, bro.
Aldi kind of slaps when they do stuff. Like their cookies,
Oh yeah.
delicious. What is it, Clancy's or Clancy's pretzels? Incredible. No, it's Benton's or Benton's cookies.
Oh what? Cookies? I
I don't know.
Clancy is a brand.
This is really unique. Wow.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
You're both like speechless.
I'm letting that sink in. This one's definitely more proofy than this one, for sure. So that kind of bit me.
I feel like it takes a lot for me to be speechless.
It does.
Usually
That's
I
why
have
you,
stuff queued up that doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about.
I'm gonna take another sip. When you were on your Aldi's rant there, I did say cherry. I'm getting some cherry, some caramel, some pretty good stuff in here. Actually, it's very comforting and sweet on the nose. But then when I took the sip, it's pretty aggressive. It's proof is like it's up there, I think.
Mine reminds me of a beefed up Buffalo Trace a little bit, and I do have to kind of name drop there because it is very it's different in that regard. It's more proofy, it's more oaky, it's still confectionery, kind of grapey, that kind of thing. But I don't know which one I honestly like more. This is tough.
I'm getting some caramel. There's not much oak in this one over here. There's definitely some cherry that's coming through. It's a very nice sip. Very nice sip. And this is another one that's not an easy decision because I like them both.
Yeah, I'm also struggling. with this one.
I'm going to take one more sip of A and I'll make a decision.
It's almost like,
I'm just digging that nose.
and I think this is honestly going to fall down to what am I enjoying more right now.
Yeah.
This one in particular.
Same here.
Because this one is more of a traditional type bourbon, and this one is more, it's out there. It's out there in like left field.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for me, honey, I'm going to have to say that I'm enjoying A more today. It is a bit oaky. I'm going to grant you that. It's a bit oaky, but I'm enjoying that today. It's not bitter. It's not, it's kind of, I don't know if I want to say oak dominant, because there are some other really nice flavors in there. That pecan note, the sweetness of brown sugar or something like that in there. It's really good. But I'm going to go with A. This one here for me, Trenton, was very good, but man, today it's just like really aggressive. It's just like kind of reaching out and smacking me around a bit.
For me, A is a little bit, it's proofier, it seems, which really helps the flavor in it. This one I love a lot. I also love this one a lot.
So right now, I can see it in your. I can see your gears turning, and it reminds me of that one time a few days ago we were doing last week one of the videos. I had that one where we had to, I said cut, you didn't cut, or that kind of thing. I was really perplexed on that decision. I could see your gears turning hard on this one too.
I would have to go with A. But I like them both. This is like one of those coin flip type things.
That's hard.
This one, I'm trying to nitpick on the things that I don't like as much about both. This one has more of an artificial grape type flavor, but this one is just really unique. There's a lot going on, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly what's happening. So it's a little bit all over the place. This is a little bit more defined in what it is. It's not like going in a million different directions.
Yeah.
But I do like A the most, so I'm gonna go with
Good.
A on this one.
Good deal, bud. All right.
All right. You got that, Mom? We good? We Gucci?
We'll see. We'll see if we can do better on this one. Gucci, what's that all about?
Like Gucci Couture or whatever they call it? Okay. So this is it. This is the last round.
Yeah. This is the last bracket.
Okay.
Sweet 16.
Oh, see. Okay.
Yeah, last bracket. Exciting.
That smells like peanut
Exciting.
butter.
Peanut butter. I love peanut butter.
Ooh. Man.
Okay.
Do you ever lean towards one just based on the smell?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Well, okay.
I just opened up a can of worms, didn't I?
You did, and I didn't really think that all the way through. I guess I would have to say I do consider that the aromas heavily, but I would have to admit that my decisions are usually based on palate more than aromas for me.
So, I maybe I should have rephrased that differently. When I smell them, I'm like keeping an eye out more for one than the other, just based on how it smells. It's a little bit more intriguing.
Yeah.
So maybe, well, because that's how we do it in barrel picks too, when we go on them. It's like we smell every single one first, and then I usually give a legend on the nose, even though the nose wouldn't be why I buy something. It's more on the taste.
I go through the routine and smell them all first, but I kind of blow past that because, I got a schnoz issue.
You do?
Sorry, honey. I know you and Michelle are pretty heavy on that, so, and Ket too when he comes, so. I do it also, but, I take your guys' words more for it than I do.
And I would be interested to hear because, and I won't be able to read these comments until after next Friday. So if you do leave a comment, I will try to respond next week. But when I smell something, and this one in particular is like, I don't pinpoint a specific flavor. It like takes me back to like a childhood memory that I had. It's like I was sick one year. I think it was on Easter when I had chicken pox. Or no, it was Christmas.
No, it was Easter.
It was
we
Easter.
were coloring Easter eggs and you both had chicken pox.
Yeah. And
Really?
Okay, well there was did I have them twice? You get chicken pox twice, right?
You can.
No, that's when I had to be little, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I was around for that one.
He was like 4 or 5.
Okay, so a couple years.
But like the smell of this, like the Easter baskets and the like the little fake grass in it, like that's what I smell here. It's how the house smelled at that time. And it was 20 years ago. Well, like 23. Jesus, I'm old.
This was really good, dude. You know, it's kind of weird how things develop when you're smelling aromas, but I'm almost getting like a tea lemonade type nose coming out of here.
Brisk.
But then there could be, but then it's grounded. You know, you got some barrel notes in here, and there's some sweetness in there. There's a little bit of caramel in there too. Wow, it's nice.
I am less pleased with the palate on C than I thought I was going to be. It is kind of a letdown. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of a letdown.
This is really good. I love the barrel char that's coming out for me. I still get that sweetness. I still get that. I hate to say this, Trent, but there's a little bit of sweet and sour going on in Glass A.
Oh, no.
I'm just telling you what it is. I'm sorry. My apologies. Yeah, thanks, honey. Glass C. It's, yeah, there's really nice stuff in here. It's like an old friend. I don't know if it is or not. I'm hoping it is, but it's kind of like an old friend.
Is that how the old friend smells, or just like how you ride a bike and?
No,
like
just kind of like a bourbon that.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I'm accustomed to. That's
Okay.
You know, more like a go-to type, like an old friend. It's always there for you.
I'm not really enamored with either of what I have here with the bracket. This one smells like just meat. We went to this barbecue.
Either one, huh?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
We went to this barbecue spot in Memphis when we did a barrel pick at Blue Note, and it was a really good barbecue place, and it had just like that smell when you walk in, and this is how that smells.
Really?
But it doesn't taste as good as the barbecue tasted when we did it.
Huh. Well, I'm going to move on to this one. I know this is going to be difficult, but because I took a quick whiff of this one and it was spectacular, so we'll see what we got here.
It just tastes like wood.
Yeah, I mean, bro. That's just like syrupy maple, super sweet. Wow. On the aromas. All sweet. Marshmallow. I don't get any chocolatey notes, but man, the syrup, you know, just the regular pancake syrup, maple syrup, marshmallow fluff. Remember that, honey? Corey,
I just threw some out last night.
you did? Well, too bad Corey doesn't live here anymore. That's why. He would eat peanut butter and marshmallow fluff sandwiches all the time. But that's what you have here. Sweet.
Well, I'm gonna I'm gonna go with C on the final round. But I really,
Really?
yeah.
Already, huh? You already made your decision.
This is one.
You made like a face and said it was oaky.
Yeah, but D isn't good either.
Okay.
And I hope I'm really not kicking myself after I learned what I just picked. C is oaky. You really have to search for the flavors that are going on in it, because I don't think we had any double oak things in here, and it seems like a higher proof. There are some nice qualities to it. Whereas D, it's oaky and it's also just like flat. It's like you accidentally picked up a flat pop and we're like, oh, this is the one I just opened, and then it's just like, ugh,
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
When I say horrible, I wouldn't mind drinking this. But in terms of what we've had so far in the competition, I wouldn't be surprised if this was my last seed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Kent, if you're doing the notes
Now
again,
I have to look.
this is going to be a good one to find out what he's actually...
Last seed or
in our-
second to last seed, I have no idea.
In our recap video to see what this is. For me, Trenton over here, man, they're both delicious. They're
No,
both
it smells like popcorn.
They're both delicious. I have to say that I do like the aromas a tad bit better on Glass D than I like the palate. And I'm talking by just a smidge.
Mm-hmm.
The aromas are sensational and sweet, and so is the sip, but it gets a little bit oaky too, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, Ken, if you're watching, please note this down, because neither of these really stood out today.
Still some maple shining through there. There's really, really nice sweetness there in the sip. I'm just gonna take one more sip of C.
Pour me a bit of that. Holy cow, that's really good. Wow. Bathe me in that. Sweet Lord. All right. Oh no, we're gonna have to cut again here.
This is a tough call because you have two different animals here. You have one over here that's, you just give me that little bit of sweet and sour. It's giving me that beautiful barrel char note, a little bit of sweetness. I would say this one here is a little bit more, just a tad bit more depth to it because it's going to give you a lot of different things there. This one over here gives you a lot more of the sweetness and just ooey gooey goodness over there.
That needs to be like a candle.
I'm telling you.
That's really good.
I'm telling you. So, honey, I think I got to go with C. I got to go with C. That was, chalk it up. Kent, write this down too. That was another tough decision.
Was that
really tough?
Was that harder than the one you made a couple videos ago?
No.
Okay, we didn't have to cut for this one, so
the hardest one. This one here was another really good pairing. What this was just a shame that one of these had to go. I wish both of these could have moved forward.
I feel like that about my last one.
How about that?
These, I'd be like, if you knock both of these out right now, I wouldn't be too upset about it. If I could take both from my last bracket and move them both on and eliminate both of these, I would. Mm-hmm. That's a bummer.
What can I say? All right, I got to quit thinking about it, and I got to put it down here because that's a tough call. But, I went with the one that I'm enjoying the most, right? That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, well, best of luck to everyone after our Sweet 16. I'd be interested to see how many brackets have survived up to this point. Right. Yeah, we will find out next week, Monday. We have a non-Bourbon Madness video coming out. Then we have Friday Bourbon Madness, and then next Friday is our live stream to conclude this whole ordeal.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I've had a great time so far, Trenton. It's been a good time. We've had some pretty epic discussions through these sips, and it's kind of been almost kind of fun that we don't know if we're tasting the same things or not. We have no clue. That's been kind of fun, actually. I mean, some of these things we say, we might even just be tasting the same glass, the same juice. We have no idea.
Well, that's why, and next year it'll be interesting because I liked that we just gave, Jay and Justin and Kevin and like Michelle and like all these people came together and they had some diabolical plans made.
They did.
In the back of their mind when they were coming up with these bottles and stuff. So I think it would be fun. Not that this isn't fun, but in the back of my mind, I kind of know. I know how I seeded things, and I know what's in it. So I can't help but try and pinpoint specific things while I'm tasting it.
And I understand that. I've done that too, and I will never remember what was in my brain, but I'll promise you, at least 50% of the time, I know I'll be wrong. So I try to immediately kick them out of my brain because I just know that it's probably not right. 99%
of the time I'm wrong, so that benefits me a bit. So,
all right, well, that's all we have for you today. Have a fantastic weekend. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old Basement Bourbon Bar. See you later.